I think a guitar harmonic is the most beautiful sound on earth. If you don't know what I'm talking about, a harmonic is where you're not actually playing the fret, pressing down on the string. Instead, you're lightly touching the string and plucking. Listen to that. Oh, I love that. So the issue is you can only do that on certain frets. You can't just do it anywhere you want. It's only going to work on places like the octave, the 7th fret, the 5th fret. Whoa. Having a little trouble there. But yeah, so you're a little bit limited. If you wanted to go for like an F sharp or something on the E string, it's not going to happen. So what I wanted to do today is turn this into a playable keyboard patch where I can sit down at the piano, which is my main instrument, and just have total freedom of expression, use it in original music, all that good stuff. So I'm excited to see what that's going to sound like, and that's what we're going to do today. And the first step, I don't know if you can see this, but these strings are so done. They're rusted, they're old. So we've got to change the strings. I want a nice clear tone. So I think I'm going to just put on like a terrible Christmas movie and sit down with some coffee, and we're going to do that right now. All right, I'm back with a freshly strung guitar. It's looking good, sounding good. And so what I'm going to do is try to just go and get every note that I possibly can. So I sat down and recorded what ended up being 90 different samples of different guitar harmonics. I think it was like an hour and a half just going through all the different samples, finding the best ones, trimming the start and end points, loading it into the sampler, mapping it to the keys. It took so much longer than I thought it would. Okay, I'm excited. I've got the patch loaded up and ready to go, and I haven't heard it yet. I wanted to wait to experience this with you for the first time, and hopefully everything is plugged in right and set correctly, and we're gonna try to just dive right into making a song with this patch. So, I'm working on a song called True, and let's just try a recording. I'm gonna make some stuff up as we go, and let's hear what it sounds like.
We stayed up late to see the sun, like some new era had begun. We followed train tracks.
So who knows how much of any of that I'm gonna keep. You know, I could scrap all that, I could keep certain parts of it, but I just wanna honestly go and play around with this patch and see what it sounds like. So what I had to do, oh, that's so cool. What I had to do was resample this note right here, this E, to stretch down to the bottom of the piano. So in other words, the lowest the guitar could go was this note. And so I told my sampler, just like take this one sample and use it for every note below that point, right? So these are all artificially created, but they actually sound kind of awesome. That's so rich for those low notes. And then obviously the harmonics are very high, so I had most of the high end in the original samples up to here, and then this last octave is resampled. So it sounds a little more artificial. I don't even know if that's the right word, but it's, you know, an artificial sample at the top. But everything in between here and here is actually from the guitar, between E and D. So let's play around. That sounds so cool. And let's hear some chords with that, because that's not something you normally do on guitar, doing like harmonics as chords. You normally do them as single melody notes. I love that. Dude, I'm really excited about this. This is such a cool sound. I should do a song just with this patch. Cool. I'm loving it. It actually worked out pretty well. Let's try a different key. Let's do like A flat. And see, this way I have total freedom over what key I want to play in, because on guitar, A flat would be really tough without capoing. And it still sounds so beautiful. Wow, I love that. Let's try some octaves. Let's try like some Beethoven. very cool. What about Chopin's gonna be interesting. Oh wait, it's here. Yeah, that sounds like kind of a mess. So maybe this is where it falls apart. Yeah, that's interesting. But you know, something more atmospheric really just sounds so nice. It almost sounds like a harp in a way. So some of the notes are more resonant. Like this B flat was a really good harmonic, whereas this one, this high A flat, like almost doesn't even come out. And that was just the nature of recording it. Some of them really rung and some of them were kind of like muted. So there's a little bit of a tonal inconsistency, but I kind of like it. It adds some authenticity to it. It's not all just the same sample. It's a unique sample for each note. So that is really neat. And I'm honestly really surprised because I feel like it could work like an overdub instrument. You know, just something in the background or something that you layer in with effects, just on top of everything else that's going on in the song. But not only that, I feel like it could also be the bedrock of a song. It could also do the chords. It still sounds pretty good, which I was not expecting. The only bad thing is the more notes I play at once, you can hear there's a little bit of bleed from the mic. There's a little bit of room sound. You hear that hum. There's a little bit of room sound, and then it fades away because I faded out the samples. But that room sound is a little distracting to me. You hear that hum, and then it goes away as soon as I let go. And there's probably a way I can edit out the room sound. You know, I can like maybe filter out a certain frequency or use a noise removal software. But for now, I'm really excited with this experiment. I think it turned out amazingly. And hopefully by the time I release this, my song True will be out on Spotify, so feel free to stream that. And until next time, guitar on.